Good evening, everyone, from YouTube jail. Yeah, that's
Day.
right. We are still in YouTube jail because we were talking about stuff and then YouTube was like,
We can't be doing that.
nope, nope. So we are over here in the Facebook side to spend some time with everybody. And looking forward to interacting with some new faces over here. Um, once the YouTube channel gets back up and going, we'll continue the live streams out there. We might do some over here as well, just to get out and about. But
We're mingling.
yeah, we are. Well, what is?
I have a ghost.
Oh, you're a ghost. Okay. Yeah. All I know is
It's okay.
you gotta be careful about talking about things like mainstream media and
Ugh. Yeah, let's not talk about that anymore.
the one half of your screen is black though.
Yeah, no, it's the ghost.
Oh. Oh, okay. Okay, I got you. So, anyways, glad glad to be out here, and anybody who comes in, feel free to interact through the chat. And yeah, over here, you
Oh
already.
shoot, we should put a thing out on our community. Hey guys, we got a community page, and it's cool.
They took our live stream away, but they gave us a community page. It's kind of interesting. Um, I mean, I might be able to do that.
Just say we're live right now over here.
Yeah. Let me see. Let me see.
So a lot of people are very passionate about this, and I think that's a good thing for us to discuss tonight, regardless of the amount of people that are here or not. I have to say, as fun as it is to do live shows, the show we did last night was also fun.
Oh yeah, it was. It was very fun, even though it wasn't live. It was.
It's a completely different atmosphere when you're not live
Yeah.
because you have the ability to edit out whatever it is you said, or however, we didn't have to edit anything, you just
No.
let it go. But live, you can't, there's no backseas but live.
It's more so as far as editing stuff out goes. Um it's more so along the lines of like, when you start stuttering over things a bunch of times. I do that a lot. Um, but yeah, it's fun. It's fun broadcasting. Um, it can be frustrating when places like YouTube, you know, don't like you talking about.
I don't even understand why that is. Just let us speak our minds. Like, jeez.
Well, that's the problem. They don't want us to speak our minds. They don't want us to um, talk about the things that
But we're talking about it anyway.
yeah, we
So
are. We might get in trouble for it.
no, well, that's it. No, like that's the thing. Like, why back down? Like,
Yeah, I know. Oh, I
it's the same. It's the same thing with me. Like on how I look at a lot of different things in life. Like, well, one of the things I'm going to be very probably, and whatever I say regarding religion, guys, is my own opinion. It is my own thought. It is my own whatever. It is nothing on how I feel about any other people that are part of any other religious groups or whatever the case may be. I love everybody. They're all cool, whatever religion you are. But mine are my own. It's like Bob when he comes out here and says that, he's had his own experiences that have caused him to have certain views. Those are his views, right? Mine are mine. But when we discuss this, Bob may be like, ugh, I don't know if I want to be with her anymore. I'm just kidding. Wait, maybe it is.
where
Anyhow, should we get into this? We stop the worry.
where the heck do we go for our community posts out there anyway?
Oh shit! You go to okay. So instead of going to the studio,
Mm-hmm.
you go to your page and the community tab,
Okay. Okay.
Or when you go to add a video, like when you upload a video,
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. That's right. Go to create.
you
Um,
can get there a couple ways.
I'll put it out there. No, I got it. Let's
So you
see.
guys, like, seriously have to keep um, tabs on that community page first, because that'll tell you all the things you need to know.
Yeah, unless YouTube takes that away too.
They just gave it to us while we've been in the penalty box. They can't.
Well, they can. They
I mean, they
can.
can, but it can't be dumb. They just gave it to us while we've been in trouble.
They are YouTube.
Oh, YouTube. Oh,
I love you
YouTube.
too.
Oh, I thought you were going to say, I love YouTube. I love YouTube too.
I'll be right back. I've got little one talking to me.
Okie dokie. Okay, guys. So I'm going to have my video up. Don't panic. It'll be up in a second. Um, so today we're going to be discussing a couple different things. Today we're going to be discussing, you know, the shit that's been going on. Um, let's just get it over and done with first. We'll just get this over and done with. Right off the kicker, Brian Laundrie is dead, people. He shot himself, and and he's dead. Okay, so let's just move on. Anyhow, autopsy results did say that the 23-year-old shot himself. Shotgun or what the hell? A gunshot is the word I'm looking for. Wound to the head, said Stephen Bertolino. This isn't really news. We all kind of thought it anyway, but we now know and have confirmation that that is exactly what that is. And again, more confirmation that the fucker's dead. So, that means that paid too much attention to that guy. No more. All right. I guess we have to take that down because that's not going to help us in this. Um, All right. Second up, we're going to be discussing Duggars. Josh Duggar,
Yeah,
the
this is gonna be
oldest
interesting.
boy, the oldest boy of the infamous Duggar family, where all their kids, 19 of them to be exact, all have names that start with the letter J. That would never work with me because, man, I think I'd lose track and I'd just be like, whoever, just get over here. Whoever you are, just do it now. Yeah, I wouldn't have that many kids. That's just crazy. That's craziness. Anyways, so there was this post I saw from Thriving Forward. I'm going to put the link in here too for this in Facebook. Um,
Yeah, if you're watching the replay out on YouTube, guys, and you want to see the links and things, be sure to check out our community tab on the YouTube channel to find the link to the group on Facebook. Since, for the time being, we are in YouTube jail. Yeah.
right.
I wish I
What
could
he just
benefit from hearing those filters, but everybody
Me
else out
too.
there will.
Um, okay, so from Thriving Forward, this person, assuming it's a person, posted this. Anna Duggar did everything right. She was raised in a conservative Christian home. She dressed modestly, and when she met Josh, they practiced courtship instead of traditional dating. She married with her parents' blessing. She saved her first kiss for marriage. She became the ultimate submissive wife. She spoke honorably of her husband and always stood by his side. When he committed adultery against her, she forgave him and remained in the marriage, despite evidence to show the behavior did not stop. She became his accountability partner for his addiction. She gave him lots and lots of sex and birthed 7 children for him. She clung to her faith when her marriage began to fall apart and prayed earnestly for her husband. Anna did everything right, and yet tragically, everything went so wrong. So wrong. 5 years after his adulterous secret life was revealed, her husband will be tried on November 30th for charges of receiving and possessing child sex abuse material. While Anna certainly isn't a victim of her unfaithful husband, what? Certainly is a victim of her unfaithful husband. Let's not forget she's also a victim of a toxic belief system that has been ingrained into her by fundamentalist Christianity for the entirety of her life. How many more stories like Anna need to happen before the fundamentalist church realizes that their messages concerning submission, sex, divorce, purity culture, and patriarchy aren't working? After all, Anna did everything she was told to do to be guaranteed a safe and happy marriage. Perhaps maybe the problem isn't Anna, but instead the fact that she married an abusive man and the church refused to give her the support she needed to remain safe. When will the church face the fact that the good, godly actions of one spouse cannot change the abusive behavior of another? When will they realize that the brazen promises of the purity movement and courtship movement are flawed and empty? When will the church start telling women like Anna that there is nothing a wife could do to make her abusive husband change? When will they tell her that giving him more sex will not cure his addiction? When will they tell her that practicing courtship will not divorce proof or affair proof her marriage? When are they going to tell her that his abuse is not her fault? When are they going to tell her that by leaving an abuser and protecting her kids, she is not breaking her marriage vows? After all, he was the one, he was the one, does that make sense? He was the one break the covenant?
Broke
I
the
don't know.
covenant. Yeah.
When are they going to tell her that God cares about her safety and her children's safety, and that He created divorce as a means of protecting the vulnerable? Until the church starts changing its message to these victims and stops pointing the blame on them and telling them that they just need to submit more or pray more or give him more sex, women will continue to stay in these abusive marriages, believing that it's God's will for them and they have no other choice. Josh, Josh Duggar is not the only one who needs to be held accountable for their actions. The church does too. Um, yeah, I don't honestly believe in the whole theory of a woman should be barefoot and pregnant in the house, and um, you have to stay with somebody just because your religion states that you have to. I think if he's abusive, get the fuck out. I don't care what religion you are, just get out. Who cares what they say? Just get out. I don't know. Is is that wrong for me to think that way?
No, no, and I can share my experience. Being, I came from that same kind of environment. Um, Sorry, don't mind me. I'm just okay. So I have a poll up there
Nice.
for anybody who would like to participate. That is, once we get some participants in here. Um, oh shoot! I guess I shouldn't have shown it on screen so quickly.
Why?
Well, because it's going to stay up there the whole time
Oh,
on video.
that's
Um,
okay.
I mean, I can take it down and put it back up because there haven't been any answers to
Okay.
it just yet. But here's the thing. Let me all right. Let me reopen. Okay, so the poll is now open, and I'll share my experience with that kind of environment because I was essentially in. Well, it was. There's no essentially about it. It was a fundamentalist system um, known as Independent Fundamental Baptist, which I believe that's what they were also involved with. And they did. They truly did teach the women that they need to be submissive to their own husbands and that if they weren't submissive to their husbands, that they were not right with God. And there was a woman um, who attended one of the churches that I was at. Her husband was out estranged. He didn't live with her. He was out living with somebody else. She would not divorce him um, because the church told her that if she would divorce him, um, she was not right with God. And uh-oh, got a message from something. Um, See, and so she lived on. Um, as far as I'm aware, she may still be in that situation. And when when I went through mine with my boy's mom, um, I was ostracized. Um, I was ostracized. I was told that I wasn't right with God. Um, Lots of things like that. And my ex was out there while we were married, living with another guy, and I was taking care of her dad and our kids. And I was the one who was in the wrong because I chose to file. It was time to let go. Um, yeah, it's a really saddening situation. Um, but they will teach like men. Um, they will teach men that which I agree. I agree with this to an extent that the men, they should be sacrificing of themselves for their wives. But see, the thing is that if the relationship is not reciprocal, and both parties in the relationship are giving to one another for one another, and then when kids are involved, they still keep one another as top priority, and then both of them focus on the kids. That's what a healthy relationship, in my humble opinion, should be. But it doesn't work like that all the time. And in that environment, I mean, they're expected to wear skirts. Wearing a woman wearing pants in a fundamentalist movement like that is heinous. It's wicked, is the way that they would phrase it. And I was in that for 13 years. I saw a lot of that crap that went on. I saw what would happen to the teenage girls if the pastor or the youth group staff saw them wearing pants outside of church. Um, it is really, really messed up. Um, and, where I was, you weren't even allowed to hold hands until you were married.
Is that why lots of them are homeschooled so that they don't know what life is like on the outside?
Yes, because the world is evil and wicked, according to them, and they say that the schools are going to corrupt the kids. But literally, there was one little girl. She was 17, 16 back then, and she would play the piano for me when I taught at our retirement home. And she said that she had to walk into a public school um, to get a work permit. And when she went into that school, she said that she felt like a huge pressure on her chest. She felt darkness. She felt this and that because they are taught that public school is wicked and that people who are in the public school are not good people. That they're very ungodly people who want to corrupt and who want to. Now the thing is though, guess what happens inside those institutions? The same exact thing, but in a different cover.
See, now I know that going down the rabbit hole of religion will be just that, a big ass rabbit hole that probably I won't come out of for a few months because I'm sure it goes everywhere. So I don't want to go too deep into it.
Right.
However, um, I do want to discuss at some point the residential school situation,
Mm-hmm.
um, which also ties into um, religion. Um, but that'll be another day, obviously. I wouldn't be that submissive to my husband. I'm sorry if that is something you don't want to hear, but I wouldn't be. I wouldn't. In my eyes, he doesn't own me, and it makes it sound in this situation like the partner is being owned, and like I don't know. I don't know how many women truly believe they're not owned by their partner. Like, I mean, there's certain things you do, there's certain things you don't do in a relationship. Respect each other,
Mm-hmm.
compromise, do whatever. But both parties are free to do, really, at the end of the day, whatever they want. Because nobody can say yes or no. It's advisable not to do certain things because, well, obviously, it could destroy a relationship, but and also break the law. Like it sort of seems like with that, what in the heck's his name there?
Josh Duggar.
No, no. Parade guy.
Which guy?
Parade guy.
Darrell
D-
Brooks.
yeah, Darrell Brooks. Okay, so I did a video on that today, right? And he was arraigned today in court, and it was actually televised, which was kind of interesting. And according to his rap sheet, it sounds like he has no consideration or care for anything in this world. The law, people, like society, his own child, his own self, his own. Okay, so he has five. How is it? Intentional homicide? No, I don't even know what it is. I don't have it up here, but I wasn't going to touch too much on him. But he did get a $5 million bail though, which is
Wow, that's
uh,
like a really big difference compared to
uh,
I don't know 1,000.
get a
The
$5 million
$1,000
that he
bail, though.
originally. Yeah, exactly. And that was for running over his baby mama. He got out on $1,000 bail on that one.
Wow.
Yeah, that was crazy. I don't know what the hell that was all about, but that was weird shit, and it shouldn't have ever happened because these six people, sorry, on that one, would
Wow.
be alive today. Yeah, and 48 people wouldn't be injured today if they would have kept his ass in jail. Now, the fact that they even allowed him to have bail is surprising in my eyes. Just because, like, yeah, I really honestly wouldn't think. But I'm gonna play just a second of it here. His arraignment, maybe. I guess I got to share. This is. Oh, share screen. Oh, I can't share.
Oh really? Oh, that's right. I gotta make you co-host again. Hold on. Remember you had to reboot.
Right. Good thing, because I fixed it until when I put my thing up, I fixed it.
Okay, you should be good now.
All right.
Okay, you should be good now.
All right. All right.
To the 5 charges before you. You're charged in count 1 with first degree.
Okay, you should be good now. Oh shoot.
All right.
The allegations
Why
Um,
am I hearing an echo?
you got some serious echo going
the
on.
mother of his child in the face with a closed fist.
Is that better?
Do you,
Then, as she was walking away from him, he intentionally
um,
ran her over with his vehicle. The vehicle, in that matter, describes what's
oh, whoa,
reported
whoa,
in
what
the
just, what just happened?
2024 statement used in the allegations in this case. Police went to his home and found him.
Okay, wait. Why is it doing that?
Waiting for live video signal.
Okay, so we're live again. But I don't understand why
Getting out of that
there's an echo.
Do you have it monitoring?
Stop and he tried to run into the house before he was
Or,
apprehended. There's a long history of flight, obstructing, bail jumping type behavior, Your Honor. It's remarkable.
that's
that
strange.
these are violations
There's
of
nothing
law.
open that should be making it.
Not just his home county of Milwaukee.
What the hell? Interesting.
I'm sorry, Nevada. Go to Nevada first.
I don't know. Okay, well, let's forget we're going to do that and move on.
That's just weird that it's echoing like that.
Because that's really kind of screwed up. Considering. Yeah. Anyways, so anyhow, he was there. There's a video. I'll put the link to it here in the chat. So all the people in the group here have access to that. And it's nice because the link I'm going to give you is the link to the video that I did. So I like to promote my own stuff.
And if anybody else out here has a YouTube channel and you do true crime, you're more than welcome to share it out here.
Yeah, unlike a lot of people, we support people.
Absolutely.
All right. I don't know what time it is, but do you want to play the video? Wait, I've got to check the thing. Who, how, and what now? I just got to see the thing here for a second to make sure I covered all the people. I talked about that dude. We talked about Brian. We talked about Josh. Yes. Oh, and they also did I think in Northport or somewhere, they did a, what the hell do you call those things you sit on a bench for Gabby Petito, which was kind of cool. I don't have a picture of it, but it's kind of cool. I wanted to say that anyways. Oh, the other thing was too, the sixth person that died, it was a child. An 8-year-old little boy. Or 8-year-old? 6. I don't even know. No. Hold on here. Why do these make no sense? I guess they didn't say. Anyhow, it's a child that died today. So he isn't just going to have, I guess the state also had said that they're going to be adding another one on. So that would be the 6 charges. So 6 life sentences is what they're saying, essentially.
Good.
I don't know. I don't know why they're even offering him bail. And he's never going to make it because that's cash or whatever. But I mean, still, like, why?
If he has secret support in big places, he could make it. Don't know who, but a lot of these, these people that get put in, you think, oh, fine, they're finally getting some justice served, and then all of a sudden they're back out on the streets again.
Well, it sounds like he's been in and out of jail quite a bit in his life, so he might have just wanted to go back and just be there.
I don't know. It sounds like he didn't have any value for human life whatsoever.
Oh, he doesn't know. I wanted to play that part, but
Yeah, I don't know why it's echoing though. Where's the sound coming from?
my ear.
That's weird. Is it Bluetooth?
Yeah, but it's never done it before.
Yeah, that's really strange. Now I have heard that Zoom does some finicky things with Bluetooth sometimes. So I don't know if maybe that has something to do with it or not, but you want me to
Play
play?
the video, yeah.
Yep. All right. So those of you who are in the group, you see the missing persons posters, and so we do out on the channel a video of these each evening. That's what we were doing before we went to YouTube jail. So I'm going to play this. They are available at our Facebook page, facebook.com/EyeOn Entertainment Network. And we will be right back.
Never up, never down, never. Like a flame in a stone, clever. Feeling high, feeling low at the same time. Feels so right, then I'm wrong, hoping I'll be fine. But I get up, I always do. I never think, I always do. Never thought I wouldn't jump, oh what a fool. But if I fall, I will get up again. I will get up again. Stronger than I ever been. I will get up again. Stronger than I ever been. I will get up again. Stronger than I ever been. I can see everything clearer. Trying to fly 'cause I'm light as a feather. But I get high, I get low at the same time. Feels so right, then I'm wrong, hoping I'll be fine. But I get up, I always do. I never think, I always do. Never thought I wouldn't jump, oh what a fool. But if I fall, I will get up again. I will get up again. Stronger than I ever been. I will get up again. Stronger than I ever been. I will get up again. Stronger than I ever been. Hey, you're good at making me lose my mind, but I always come around, don't I? And I know sometimes I'm bringing you down, but I always make you smile, don't I? We're like the waves on a big blue stormy sea. But still you're the one who brings out the best in me. We're a little messed up, baby, kinda up and down, and we keep going till we hit the ground, but then we get back up again. Yeah, we're a little messed up, baby, it's never getting boring when we keep aiming for the stars, just you and me. We always get back up again. everything I dream of but you. We can fight all day and make love at night, 'cause we always figure it out, don't we? Yeah. And we're like the waves on a big blue stormy sea. We're a little messed up, baby, kinda up and down, and we keep falling till we hit the ground, but then we get back up again. Yeah, we're a little messed up, baby, it's never getting boring when we keep aiming for the stars, just you and me. We always get back up again. You and me, baby, you and me. You always leave me wanting more, baby, you and me were like the perfect storm, and you know that I can't get enough of you, no. Yeah, we're a little messed up, baby, kinda up and down, and we keep falling till we hit the ground, and then we always get back up again. We're a little messed up, baby, kinda up and down, and we keep falling till we hit the ground, but then we get back up again. Yeah, we're a little messed up, baby, it's never getting boring when we keep aiming for the stars, just you and me. We always get back up again. You and me. Never up, never down, never like a
And we are back. And again, if you see anyone in those posters who is in or around your area, please be sure to go over to our Facebook page, facebook.com/EyeOn Entertainment Network, where you can share those out. And just takes a couple clicks or a couple taps, and that can help you to play a part in finding somebody who is missing.
Exactly. Do we have the link to the page?
Not yet, but I can grab it. Let me see here.
If I get there first, then I'll grab it. All depends on I got it. All depends on the speed of my computer.
So tonight we're going to be talking about the Ghislaine Maxwell case.
I didn't even know anything about that. You guys, I don't watch the news. That's just what it is. Does that make me a bad person or something? I don't even know, but
Sometimes I think it's just oh wait, did you post a link in the chat?
yeah. To the page.
I thought.
Wait, here. I was supposed to do that. Just hold on. My brain farted just a little bit. There it is. My apologies.
Okay.
Oh, my ghost is gone.
Ah, nice. All right, so I'm going to bring this up here. And
Your mind's going to get blown, you guys.
Just pretty messed up stuff. Actually, I'm going to... Wait. Oh, maybe not with Wikipedia. Okay. I was going to see if the reader view was there, but evidently that only seems to work with article pages. I mean, Wikipedia is pretty well set up anyways, but... Alright, anyways. Moving on. Ladies first.
All right. What are you talking about? I read that whole Anna thing.
Oh, I see. Okay.
I can read. Want me to?
You go
Oh, well.
go on and take the intro, and then I'll.
Okay. So, how do you say her name?
Ghislaine.
Ghislaine Noel Marion Maxwell was born December 25th, 1961. She's a British socialite known for her association with financier and convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. She worked for her father, Robert Maxwell, until his death in 1991, when she moved to the United States and became a close associate of Epstein. Maxwell founded a nonprofit group for the protection of oceans, the Terra Mar Project, in 2012. The organization announced, why does that word does not want to work with me? Cessation? Cessation?
Cessation.
Cessation.
Yep.
There's too many S's of operations on July 12th,
2019.
2019. Oh, a week after the sex trafficking charges brought by New York federal prosecutors against Epstein became public. In 2020, Maxwell was charged by the U.S. federal government with the crimes of enticement of minors and sex trafficking of underage girls. The U.S. Virgin Islands Department of Justice announced on July 10th, 2020, that Maxwell was also under investigation in the Caribbean territory.
Wow. All right, let's take a look at her early in life here. As soon as I can. I have this so. Okay, here we go. Ghislaine Maxwell was born in 1961 in Maisons-Laffitte, France, the ninth and youngest child of Elizabeth Maynard, a French-born scholar, and Robert Maxwell, a Czechoslovak-born British media proprietor. Her father was from a Jewish family, whereas her mother was of Huguenot, which is French Protestant descent. Maxwell was born 2 days before a car accident that left her 15-year-old brother, Michael, in a prolonged coma until his death in 1967. Apologies. Her mother later reflected that the accident had an effect on the entire family and surmised that Ghislaine had shown signs of anorexia while still a toddler. Throughout childhood, Ghislaine resided with her family in Oxford at Headington Hill Hall, a 53-room mansion where the offices of Pergamon Press, a publishing company run by Robert Maxwell, were also located. Her mother said all her children were brought up as Anglicans. She began her schooling at the Oxford High School for girls in North Oxford. Maxwell was enrolled at Edgarly Hall boarding school in Somerset at age 9, followed by Headington Girls' School at age 13. Maxwell attended Marlborough College, where she studied modern history with languages before going on to earn a degree from Balliol College, Oxford, in 1985. Maxwell had a close relationship with her father and was widely credited with being her father's favorite. According to Tadler, Maxwell recalled that her father um, installed computers at Headington in 1973, and her first job was training to use a long and ladder programming code. The Times reported that he did not permit Ghislaine to bring her boyfriends home or to be seen with them publicly after she started attending Oxford University.
Her career. Maxwell was a prominent member of the London social scene in the 1980s. She founded a women's club named after the original Kit Kat Club and was a director of Oxford United Football Club during her father's ownership. She also worked at the European, a publication Robert Maxwell had started. According to Tom Bauer, writing for the Sunday Times in 1986, Robert invited her to the christening of her honor of his what? In her honor of his new yacht, the Lady Ghislaine. I don't know if that's how you say it. I'm
Yeah.
going to ask you every time because I'm going to forget every single time. At shipyard in the Netherlands, Maxwell spent a large amount of time in the late 1980s aboard the yacht, which was equipped with a jacuzzi, sauna, gym, and disco. Scotsman said Roberts Maxwell had also tailor-made a New York company for her. The company, which dealt with corporate gifts, was not profitable. The Sunday Times reported that Maxwell flew to New York on November 5th, 1990, to deliver an envelope on her father's behalf that, unknown to her, was part of a plot initiated by her father to steal $200 million from Berlitz shareholders. After Maxwell's father purchased a New York Daily News in January 1991, he sent her to New York to act as his emissary. In May 1991, Maxwell and her father took Concorde on business to New York, where he quickly departed for Moscow and left her to represent his interests at an event honoring Seymour Wiesenthal. In November 1991, Robert Maxwell's body was found floating in the sea near the Canary Islands, and the Lady Ghislaine.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Soon afterwards, Ghislaine flew, to Tenerife. I don't know if that's how you say it, where the yacht was uh, berthed to attend his business paperwork. Ghislaine attended her father's funeral in Jerusalem, alongside various Israel intelligent figures, President Chaim Herzog and Prime Minister Yitzhak Shamir. I'm going to butcher these names, who gave his eulogy. Although a verdict of death by accidental drowning was reported, Maxwell had since said she believes her father was murdered, commenting in 1997 he did not commit suicide. That was just not consistent with his character. I think he was murdered. After his death, Robert Maxwell was found to have fraudulently appropriated the pension assets of Mirror Group newspapers, a company that he ran and in which he held a large share of ownership to support its share price. There were reportedly over 440 million. I guess that's in European money. I don't know.
Euros.
That's it. Pension funds missing, which left the surviving Maxwell family members and the British government in a bind to repay 32,000 people affected. Two of Maxwell's brothers, Ian and Kevin, who were the most involved with their father in daily business dealings, were arrested on June 19th, 1992, and charged with fraud related to the Mirror Group pension scandal. The brothers were acquitted of the charges 3.5 years later in January 1996. Maxwell moved to the United States in 1991, just after her father's death. She was photographed boarding a Concorde to cross the Atlantic, causing outrage amidst the pension scandal due to high cost of the flight. Maxwell was provided with an annual income of 80,000 euros thanks to the trust fund established in wherever the heck that place is by her father. By 1992, she moved to an apartment of an Iranian friend overlooking Central Park. At the time, Maxwell worked at a real estate office on Madison Avenue and was reported to be socializing with celebrities. She quickly rose to wider prominence as a New York City socialite.
Accounts differ on when Maxwell first met American financier Jeffrey Epstein. According to Epstein's former business partner, Stephen Hoffenberg, Robert Maxwell introduced his daughter to Epstein in the late 1980s. The Times reported that Maxwell met Epstein in the early 1990s at a New York party following a difficult breakup with Count Gianfranco Ciccone Mazzoni, 1962 through 2012, of the Siga Hotels clan. Maxwell had a romantic relationship with Epstein for several years in the early 1990s and remained closely associated with him for decades. The nature of the relationship remains unclear. In a 2009 deposition, several of Epstein's household employees testified that Epstein referred to her as his main girlfriend, who also hired, fired, and supervised his staff starting around 1992. She has also been referred to as the lady of the house by Epstein's staff and as his aggressive assistant in a 2003 Vanity Fair profile on Epstein. Author Vicky Ward said Epstein referred to Maxwell as my best friend. Ward also observed that Maxwell seemed to organize much of his life. Politico reported that Maxwell and Epstein had friendships with several prominent individuals in elite circles of politics, academia, business, and law, including former presidents Donald Trump and Bill Clinton, attorney Alan Dershowitz, and Prince Andrew, Duke of York. Maxwell is known for her long-standing friendships with Prince Andrew and for having escorted him to a hookers and pimps social function in New York. She introduced Epstein to Prince Andrew, and the three often socialized together. In 2000, Maxwell and Epstein attended a party thrown by Prince Andrew at the Queen's Sandringham house estate in Norfolk, England, reportedly for Maxwell's 39th birthday. In a November 2019 interview with the BBC, Prince Andrew confirmed that Maxwell and Epstein had attended an event at his invitation, but he denied that it was anything more than a straightforward shooting weekend. In 1995, Epstein uh, renamed one of his companies the Ghislaine Corporation, based in Palm Beach, Florida. The company was dissolved in 1998. As a trained helicopter pilot, Maxwell also transported Epstein to his private Caribbean island. In 2008, Epstein was convicted of soliciting a minor for prostitution and served 13 months of an 18-month jail sentence. Following Epstein's release, although Maxwell continued to attend prominent social functions, she and Epstein were no longer seen together publicly. By late 2015, Maxwell had largely retreated from attending social functions.
Are you done? Because
Yep.
I skipped down to legal proceedings.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
Okay, so Maxwell was discharged with enticement of minors, sex trafficking of children, and perjury on July 14th, 2020. Federal Judge Allison Nathan of the Southern District of New York denied Maxwell bail after determining that her risks of fleeing are simply too great. Prosecutors led by United States District Attorney Audrey Strauss have charged her with 6 federal crimes, including enticement of minors, sex trafficking, and perjury. Did I not just read that? And perjury. The indictment charged that between 1994 and 1997, she assisted, facilitated, and contributed to the abuse of minor girls, despite knowing that one of 3 unnamed victims was 14 years old. As of April 28, 2021, Maxwell was being held at the Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn, New York. Lawyers requested that Judge Nathan release her on a $5 million bond with monitored home confinement while awaiting trial. Maxwell's attorney reiterated her request for bail on December 18, 2020. Her attorneys indicating that Maxwell could reside with a friend in New York City, during which time she would be under 24-hour surveillance as she awaited her July trial if she was released on bail. She would not be staying with Borgerson, who was made a secure offer of $22 million to guarantee her presence at future appearances. The bail requests will be newly considered by Judge Nathan, who rejected a $1 million bail package for Maxwell in July of 2020. At the time, Nathan had agreed with prosecutors that Maxwell was an extreme flight risk. Maxwell had appeared by video link before a court in Manhattan on July 14th, 2020. She pleaded not guilty to the charges. A naturalized U.S. citizen in 2002 who also holds passports from France and the United Kingdom, Maxwell was denied bail as a flight risk amid concerns regarding her completely opaque finances, her skill at living in hiding, and the fact that France does not extradite its citizens. Her lawyers argued unsuccessfully that she was at risk of catching COVID-19 in detention. The judge set a trial date of July 12, 2021. On December 28, 2020, a motion by Maxwell's attorney. Oh, wait, hold on. On December 28, 2020, a further request for bail was again rejected by a judge. Maxwell's bail request was opposed by alleged victim Annie Farmer. On January 26, 2021, a motion by Maxwell's attorneys challenged her grand jury indictment, claiming that it did not reflect the ethnic diversity of the jurisdiction in which the violations of the law were alleged to have occurred. On March 29, 2021, U.S. prosecutors added new charges of sex trafficking a minor and sex trafficking conspiracy, alleging that Maxwell was involved in grooming a 4th girl, aged 14, to engage in sexual acts with Epstein between 2001 and 2004 at his Palm Beach estate. Maxwell appeared in court on April 23rd, 2021, and pleaded not guilty to the additional charges. She faces 6 counts that include sex trafficking of a minor and sex trafficking conspiracy, in addition to 2 counts of perjury. Maxwell's attorneys have regularly protested about the conditions of her confinement. These include being kept awake by a light shined in her eyes every 15 minutes to deter the chances of her committing suicide, and being denied a sleep mask. One, David Marcus, protested there's no evidence she's suicidal. They're only doing it because Jeffrey Epstein died on their watch, and that she's not Jeffrey Epstein. This isn't right.
Okay. So, in April 2021, U.S. District Judge Allison Nathan ruled that Maxwell will face 2 separate trials, one for the sex trafficking charges and another for perjury. In May 2021, Nathan delayed the trial to November 29th, 2021, after Maxwell's defense lawyers successfully argued that the sex trafficking charges added in March 2021 gave them insufficient time to investigate the new charges and prepare for trial. Maxwell appeared in court on Monday, November 15th. If convicted, she could be imprisoned for up to 80 years. The trial is set to commence on November 29th with opening statements. And I think that's a pretty good bit of information there.
Yeah, I think so too.
The trial will not be televised because it is a federal trial. So I'm sure that during the day, while I'm away at work, Lori is probably going to be watching, or catching up on videos that are put out whenever they're put out. It's a really messed up case. Again, I don't follow the news. I didn't hear whatever was put out about Epstein, if anything, because the media likes to spin their narrative on certain things. So, there's just a lot of crazy crap going down.
Mm-hmm. Well, I don't got nothing else.
Yeah, me either. But be on the lookout for future updates. Lori will come out here during the day if there is anything going on. We'll be broadcasting live over here. For the time being, until we get out of YouTube jail and we stop getting censored. Yeah, it's ridiculous. I don't feel that I'm a conservative. I don't fit in with the conservatives, nor do I fit in with liberals. I don't know where the heck I am. I try to vote, based on candidates who, share my values and things to the best of my ability. But, when it comes to the media, my gosh, are they messing with people's heads. So, we are hoping to bring as much accurate information as we can, and anything that we don't know about, we will make sure to state it as such, whether it's speculation or fact or opinion. There will be clear distinguishing between those. So we appreciate the members here in the group. We appreciate those who watch us out on YouTube, and we hope to be back out there with you guys sooner than later. We miss it out there. Definitely miss the chat.
Also, keep an eye on our community tab on YouTube.
Yes, now that we have one, be sure to check that out, guys. But as always, we appreciate you all, And whenever you catch this video, we wish you a good morning, a good afternoon, or a good evening wherever you are.
Good night, guys.
Take care, all.